The Mojave River League 2022 Players of the Year: Oak Hills quarterback Diego Lopez, Apple Valley linebacker Dustin Reynolds. Diego Lopez led the Bulldogs through an undefeated season in regular season play. The 6-foot, 167-pound junior threw for 2,643 yards, 1,200 of those yards in league play. His 33 touchdown passes included 17 against MRL opponents. Diego Lopez completed 70% of his passes, benefiting from an excellent O-line that provided plenty of protection. These comments following the decisive victory over Apple Valley sum up the ingredients in his team's overall success.
Our receivers were better than the secondary. Our line was more physical up front. Give me time, and our receivers won the game. So did our line. It's all it's all up.
Oak Hill's 11 first-team All-MRL selections include offensive tackle Paki Finau, 53, the 6'5", 260-pound junior, and Isaac Vicario, 52, 6', 230-pound senior guard. Diego Lopez and the Bulldogs' highly successful aerial assault also due in very large part to the extreme talents of the twin tandem of all-league wide receivers Shane Young, 10, and Shea Gabriel, 11. Both are repeat first-team All-MRL selections. Shane Young led Bulldogs receivers in receiving yardage, 919 yards on 37 passes caught. His 14 touchdowns, also highest among Oak Hills receivers. His longest touchdown reception, 65 yards. Shane Young listed at 6', 150 his senior season. Shea Gabriel caught the most Diego Lopez passes, 47, accumulating 696 yards in the process. 10 Shea Gabriel catches went for touchdowns, his longest a 69-yarder. The 6', 185-pound senior also scored 3 rushing touchdowns and added a touchdown on a kickoff return. Carson Cox, 33, is first-team All-Mojave River League. The sophomore running back led all Mojave River League ball carriers with 1,215 yards rushing and a league-high 20 touchdowns, 18 on the ground, 2 touchdown passes for the 6'1", 172-pound speedster. His longest touchdown, this 75-yard run that broke the back of Apple Valley and sealed the Bulldogs' back-to-back league championships.
On the 15.
Dustin Reynolds is the Mojave River League Defensive Player of the Year for a second time. 2 years ago in his sophomore season, he was the league's most valuable player defensively. Last year, the 6'2", 225-pound linebacker was first-team All-League and then first-team All-CIF upon leading Apple Valley to the CIF Division III championship game. This year, MRL coaches voted Dustin Reynolds Defensive Player of the Year again. He averaged 9 tackles a game and recorded a team-high 4.5 sacks for a Sun Devils team that played frontline starters little more than half a game in blowout wins over 8 of their 11 opponents. Dustin Reynolds was also Apple Valley's leader in touchdowns scored. This phenomenal run against highly ranked Murrieta Valley ranks among the most sensational displays of raw determination, second, third, and fourth effort, and refusal to be brought down this veteran sportscaster has ever witnessed. Dustin Reynolds will play next at Northern Arizona. Dustin Reynolds is joined by 4 Apple Valley teammates receiving first-team honors on defense. 2 of them also repeat first-team selections. Isaiah Ojeda, 3, is first-team All-League a third time. The 6'2", 170-pound defensive back registered 26 solo tackles in his career and scored 6 touchdowns his senior season, 1 on a punt return, 4 on pass receptions, and 1 running the ball. A 3-star recruit Isaiah Ojeda has accepted a scholarship to play next at Southern Utah University.
6 from the 18.
Jirah Leupepetele, 48, earns first-team All-League honors a third straight season. He was an All-League offensive lineman as a sophomore. At 6'3", 280 his senior year, the versatile Jirah Leupepetele is named All-League for his play at defensive tackle. 4 of his 38 tackles this year for a loss. His versatility on display when he was given the ball and powers his way into the end zone in the Bell game. Jirah Leupepetele will play his football next at Eastern Washington University in Spokane. Linebacker Isaiah Zuniga won his first-team All-MRL. The 6'5", 195-pound senior solidified Coach Kyle Godfrey's defense from his outside linebacker position, establishing himself among team leaders in sacks and tackles for a loss. Like Jirah Leupepetele, Isaiah Zuniga demonstrated his versatility running the ball. He scored 2 touchdowns, one a 79-yarder, the other, this one from 7 yards out against his former school, Sultana. He transferred from Sultana to Apple Valley for his senior year. A 5th Apple Valley player named to the All-League first team on defense is kicker Kyler Peters. The 6'1" Sun Devils sophomore was 40 of 43 on extra points, and his 4 field goals included a 44-yarder. The Oak Hills Bulldogs place 6 defensive players on the first team All-MRL, led by tackles leader Pomaine Thomas, 3. The 5'9", 220-pound senior outside linebacker averaged 6.5 tackles a game for the MRL League champions. Fellow senior Samisi Faingata, 41, led his team in sacks with 7. Samisi Faingata is a 6'2", 255-pound defensive tackle. He registered 29 solo tackles among his 44 tackles. Cornerback Jeffrey Johnson, 5, his first team All-MRL, the 5'10", 165-pound freshman, led his team with 5 interceptions. Senior safety Christian Macias, 18, earns All-League first team honors. The 6'1", 180-pound senior, a two-way starter, Chris Macias, shown here with one of his 18 receptions as a wide receiver. Richard Anthony Lopez, 44, registered 27 solo tackles his senior season. Richard Anthony Lopez is a 5'7", 185-pound outside linebacker, first team All-MRL. Gabriel Garcia, 2, receives first team All-League honors, the junior outside linebacker named as a utility player. Sultana's tackles leader Rome Thomas, 5, is credited with 56 solo tackles for Coach Terry Cleveland's upstart Sultans. Rome Thomas is 6'1", 195, a sophomore, first team All-MRL. Caio Estrada, 44, is first team All-League, playing both defensive end and linebacker for the Sultans. The 6'1", 245-pound senior was dominant at 2 defensive positions. He also saw time as a ball carrier. And Caio Estrada is a 2-sport standout. His hits just keep on coming as he was first team All-League in baseball last spring. Serrano places 2 players first team on defense, both underclassmen who did their work in the trenches. Otis Hamer, 24, the 6'1", 210-pound junior, recorded 25 solo tackles, 9 sacks. Super sophomore David Green, 79, his first-team defensive lineman, the 6'3", 230-pound David Green, a two-way starter shown here on offense. One of Coach Casey Mahalchik's outstanding student-athletes, David Green, maintains a 4.0 grade point average. Casey Goodnaw's Hesperia Scorpions have 3 first-team All-League selections on defense. Aiden Torres, 44, a junior linebacker, averaged 6.5 tackles a game and was among team leaders in sacks. These 2 sacks coming in the Scorpions' shutout of Victor Valley. Samuel Parm, 7, his first team All-Mojave River League. The 6'1" senior defensive back was among league leaders in interceptions. He picked off 6. Sam Parm recorded 16 solo tackles among his 33 tackles. A two-way starter, Sam Parm led the Scorpions in pass receiving yardage. He was a wide receiver. Anthony Ruiz, 55, a junior, is the only player this year named first-team All-League on both offense and defense. Shown here on offense, Anthony Ruiz helped clear the way for this Josh Smith touchdown. And speaking of offense, we are back to first-team selections on offense from a season once again so very rich in outstanding quarterbacks in the Mojave River League. We're one to recall last season, 4 MRL quarterbacks were named All-League First Team. Oak Hill's Andrew Garcia was Offensive Player of the Year. Apple Valley's Jaden Denigo, Serrano's Peyton Cornell, and Hesperia's Josh Smith were First Team All-MRL. And Sultana freshman quarterback Jacob Higgs was Second Team All-League. This year, Jacob Higgs is one of 3 quarterbacks receiving the equivalent of first-team All-League recognition. Listed at 6 foot 168 his sophomore season, Jacob Higgs led Terry Cleveland's Sultans into their first postseason appearance since 2018, amassing 3,800 total yards and accounting for 49 touchdowns, 14 running the ball, 34 passing, and 1 catching a scoring pass. The touchdown reception came in the CIF playoff game where Jacob Higgs accounted for 7 touchdowns, the 57-55 loss to Ontario Christian. Sultan teammates earning first-team All-League honors on offense include speedy wide receiver Corey Cabriales, 2. The 6'1", 170-pound senior caught 11 touchdown passes and was second on the team in pass receiving yardage. Wide receiver Mason Waller, 3, led his team in pass receiving yardage and touchdowns scored with 17. At 6 foot 165, the sophomore accumulated 1,506 total yards, 1,067 of those yards receiving passes. Apple Valley's Noah Seeley is a 3rd quarterback named First Team All-League. Like Oak Hill's Diego Lopez and Sultana's Jake Higgs, Noah Seeley is an underclassman. The 5'11", 190-pound junior rang up 1,760 yards in total offense, throwing for 1,521 yards and 23 touchdowns. He completed 61% of his passes. Noah Seeley scored 7 touchdowns running the ball, averaging over 7 yards per carry. Sun Devils tight end Brandon Armijo, 12, is first team All-League, a 3rd straight season. The 6'1", 220-pound two-way starter is a sure-handed receiver, 5 touchdowns among his 14 receptions, and opponents found it no easy task bringing Brandon Armijo down. He averaged 15 yards per catch. Another Sun Devil earning first-team All-League honors on offense a 3rd year in a row, Raymond Pulido, 79. At 6'6", 345, when he committed to play next for the Alabama Crimson Tide, the four-star offensive lineman leaves Apple Valley, the High Desert's most highly recruited football player ever. Alongside Raymond Pulido on the Apple Valley offensive line, Alex Arias, 66, first-team All-Mojave River League. Alex Arias played at 6'1", 230 his senior season. Rigo Cabral from Serrano is a repeat selection to the All-League team. The 5'8", 184-pound senior running back, 23, carried for 656 yards, scored 8 touchdowns, and earned first-team All-League honors. Hesperia's Jaquan Morris, 5, is first-team All-MRL. The 5'6", 150-pound senior led Scorpions ball carriers with over 1,000 all-purpose yards, scoring 8 touchdowns. Jaquan Morris doubled as an outstanding defensive back as well, recording 3 pass interceptions and throwing down opponents with 36 solo tackles. Oak Hill's Gabriel Garcia, 2, is first-team All-League. The versatile junior played linebacker on defense and running back on offense and is named as a utility player. For a second year in a row, Burroughs does not have a first-team selection on offense or defense. 2 years ago, the Burros failed to field a team during that COVID-convoluted season. This year, the Burros did not win a game in Mojave River League play. Senior linebacker, running back, wide receiver Tyler Mather, senior running back, free safety Stephen Olmos, sophomore running back, defensive back Laketon Seymour, and freshman quarterback Talon Mather are Burroughs players named second-team All-MRL. Bid fast and last, world-class auctioneers proudly present the 2022 All-Mojave River League team. BidFastAndLast.com.
Ready to kick tires, start fires, kick ass, take names, and rock and roll.